fine feelings of sentimentality. She clearly perceived Alexia's breakfast starvation tactics as symptoms of a superior bout of wallowing. Alexia gave her mother an annoyed glance and inflicted minor wrath upon her toast with the butter knife. Since the infant inconvenience had added a small amount of weight to Alexia's already substantial figure, she was several stone away from wasting. Nor was she of a personality inclined toward wallowing. In addition, she resented the fact that Lord Maccon might be thought to have anything whatsoever to do with the fact, aside from the obvious, of which her family was as yet unaware, that she was off her food. She opened her mouth to correct her mother in this regard, but Felicity interrupted her. "Oh, Mamma, I hardly think Alexia is the type to die of a broken heart." "Nor is she the type to be gastronomically challenged," shot back Mrs. Loontwill. "I, on the other hand," interjected Evelyn, helping herself to a plateful of kippers, "may jolly well do both." "Language, Evie, darling, please." Mrs. Loontwill snapped a piece of toast in half in her distress. The youngest Miss Loontwill rounded on Alexia, pointing a forkful of egg at her accusingly. "Captain Festenhue has thrown me over. How do you like that? We received a note only this morning." "Captain Festenhue?" Alexia muttered to herself. "I thought he was engaged to Ivy Hisselpenny, and you were engaged to someone else. How confusing." No. Evie's engaged to him now, or was. How long have you been staying with us?" "Nearly 2 weeks. Do pay attention, Alexia, dear," Mrs. Loontwill admonished. Evelyn sighed dramatically. "And the dress is already bought and everything. I shall have to have it entirely made over." "He did have very nice eyebrows," consoled Mrs. Loontwill. "Exactly," crowed Evelyn. "Where will I find another pair of eyebrows like that? Devastated, I tell you, Alexia. I am utterly devastated. And it is all your fault." Evelyn, it must be noted, did not look nearly so bothered as one rightly ought over the loss of a fiancé, especially one reputed to possess such heights of eyebrow preeminence. She stuffed the egg into her mouth and chewed methodically. She had taken it into her head recently that chewing every bite of food 20 times over would keep her slender. What it did was keep her at the dinner table longer than anyone else. "He cited philosophical differences, but we all know why he really broke things off." Felicity waved a gold-edged note at Alexia, a note that clearly contained the good captain's deepest regrets, a note that, judging from the stains about itself, had received the concerted attention of everyone at the breakfast table, including the Kippers. "I agree." Alexia calmly sipped her barley water. "Philosophical differences? That cannot be true. You don't actually have a philosophy about anything, do you, Evelyn dear?" "So, you admit responsibility." Evelyn was moved to swallow early so she could launch the attack once more. She tossed her blonde curls, only 1 or 2 shades removed from the colour of her egg. "Certainly not. I never even met the man." "But it is still your fault, abandoning your husband like that, staying with us instead of him. It is outrageous. People are talking." Evelyn emphasised her words by stabbing ruthlessly at a sausage. "People do tend to talk. I believe it is generally considered one of the better modes of communication." "Oh, why must you be so impossible? Mamma, do something about her." Evelyn gave up on the sausage and went back to a second fried egg. "You hardly seem very cut up about it." Alexia watched as her sister chewed away. "Oh, I assure you, poor Evie is deeply affected, shockingly overwrought," said Mrs. Loontwill. "Surely you mean affected." Alexia was not above a barb or two where her family was concerned.